the haunted legend of Kich Kanya, the bloody bride who lures men to their doom. Have you ever heard of a ghost that lures men in the dark of night with her beauty, only to turn their world upside down? Imagine a beautiful bride, alone and crying in the middle of a desolate road, seeking your help. But as you approach, you begin to feel a chilling dread creeping up your spine. This is no ordinary woman. She's the vengeful Kich Kanya, also known as Kich Kendi, and its translation is the Bloody Bride. And her deadly game has been terrorizing Nepal for centuries. But here's the real question. How did this terrifying spirit come to be? And why are people still talking about her today? For years, strange stories have spread like wildfire across Nepal's villages and cities. Young men, traveling alone at night, are found dead, vanished, or even worse, mentally broken, behaving like madmen. Locals started connecting the dots of beautiful bride, seen on desolate roads, always at night. At first, she looks like any innocent woman in distress. But the moment you get close, your worst nightmare begins. Slowly, over time, people gave her a name, Kich Kanya, or Kich Kandi. But what exactly is she? What makes this legend so terrifying isn't just a ghostly appearance, it's the story behind her. Kich Kandi is believed to be the spirit of a young bride who died tragically on her wedding day or just before her wedding. In the old villages of Nepal, it's said that when a bride's dreams are shattered before she can marry, she becomes a restless spirit, unable to rest until she exacts her revenge. Her sole mission is to make the world feel the same pain she felt, and she's determined to do that by destroying men. But she doesn't just scare you with her appearance, she tricks you into believing she's an innocent soul, just like any woman you might pass on the road. The deadly trap, her deceptive beauty. Kich Kenya has a hidden truth that no one can see until it's too late. Her feet are turned in the opposite direction. Yes, opposite. Her beauty is a trap, and those who dare to approach her find themselves in a deadly situation. They say she smiles a wicked, creepy smile that will freeze your heart with fear. But she's not the only ghost out there. If you've ever seen the Bollywood movie Story, you might recognize this idea. The Nepali version, however, has something even more sinister. It's all about how Kich Kanya preys on men's weaknesses. She either seduces them with love or appears helpless on a lonely road, begging for help. And once you stop to help, you're done. Game over. This isn't just a myth. Many people in Nepal have experienced her terrifying presence firsthand. Here's one of the most chilling real-life encounters. The Pokhara incident. One night, a man named Sanjay was riding his bike through a jungle path around 2 a.m. Suddenly, he saw a woman dressed in a bridal gown, crying. Concerned, he stopped to ask if she needed help. The woman, with a soft, sorrowful voice, asked to be dropped home. Impressed by her beauty, Sanjay agreed. But as they rode together, something strange caught his eye. Her feet, they were pointing in the wrong direction. In a split second, he realized the horror of what was happening. But it was too late. The woman gave him a creepy smile and whispered, "You won't be able to go back now." The next day, Sanjay was found unconscious, barely alive, and mentally unstable. He couldn't remember what happened. The people of the village knew exactly what had occurred. The Kich Kenya had struck again. Another encounter involves a highway driver driving at 3 a.m. He saw a beautiful woman standing alone in the middle of the highway. She signaled for a lift, and thinking she was in trouble, he stopped to help. She sat silently beside him. But when he glanced at his rearview mirror, he froze. No one was sitting next to him, but he could still hear the woman's voice and feel her presence. Terrified, he turned to look at her, and that's when he saw something that made his heart stop, a black spot in her eyes, like a void. Panicked, he slammed the brakes, but when he looked again, she was gone. That's why drivers in western part of Nepal usually doesn't give lift at night, as well as the roads are closed in midnight to the western sides of Nepal because of bloody bride horror. Here's how you can identify this deadly spirit. Her feet are facing the wrong way. This is the biggest clue. If you ever see a beautiful woman in distress, check her feet. If they are pointing in the wrong direction, run. Protection from the curse. Surviving the encounter. If you ever find yourself face to face with Kich Kenya, you can use a few ancient protective methods to save yourself. A mirror is Kich Kanya's greatest enemy. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you won't see her. If you find yourself trapped, use a mirror to protect yourself. Vermilion, known as sindoor and sacred thread, known as daga, are considered powerful shields against her curse. Always keep them with you, or place them on the ground if you see her. Chant a mantra. Locals believe that reciting spiritual mantras can protect you from Kich Kanya's evil influence. If you don't know any mantras, don't worry. Just start chanting anything that makes you feel spiritually protected. The final question, is Kich Kanya real or just a myth? Is Kich Kanya truly a spirit of vengeance? Or is she just an eerie legend designed to scare? Some believe she's nothing more than a cautionary tale, a ghost story spun to keep travelers from wandering alone at night. But others claim to have encountered her, and their stories are enough to make anyone think twice before stepping out after dark. If you've ever found yourself on the roads of Nepal at night, you've probably heard the warnings, never stop for a woman on a lonely road. But here's the twist. What if it's real? What if Kich Kanya isn't just a story passed down through generations, but a dark force that still lurks in the shadows, waiting to claim her next victim? So what do you think? Is this legend a simple myth, or do you believe there's something far darker at play? Maybe you've experienced something you can't explain. Perhaps you've been in those dark, quiet roads late at night, when every shadow feels a little too alive. Have you ever seen something or someone you couldn't forget? I want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Is this just a spine-chilling tale designed to keep us awake at night? Or is there truth hiding in the darkness? If you think you can handle the creep, click subscribe to uncover more ghostly tales from the far corners of the world. Or, if you've ever had a close encounter with something unnatural, share your story through mail and description, because some stories are too chilling to keep to yourself. Stay safe, stay alert, and remember, sometimes the darkest roads lead to the most terrifying truths.